Hello, everybody, and welcome to Finding Your Innergator podcast, where we talk about discipline, relationships, and the habits that release the greatness that is already inside of you. I'm your host, Wright, and I am so glad that you're here. In each episode, we'll explore powerful lessons, real-life stories, and practical strategies to help you live intentionally, build meaningful relationships, and unlock your full potential. But greatness isn't something you stumble into. It's something that is built every single day. So let's get started and begin the journey to finding your inner gator. Hello, everybody. Wright. I am so glad that you are here today. Welcome really to the first episode of our podcast entitled Finding Your Inner Gator. You know, a lot of people ask me, they're like, RB, what in the world is inner gator? I see it on your truck. I see it on the side of your boat. I see the gator eye everywhere. What is it? And at the end of the day, it's a philosophy, right, of how to find that inner greatness inside of you through structure, through discipline, through relationships. It's really a mindset. It's not motivation at all. It is really principles that I've discovered that have helped me. You know, let me give you the backstory. When I was a kid growing up, a lot of my friends, they had nicknames, and for some reason, I was called Gator. There was no big story behind it. Nobody didn't wrestle an alligator, nothing dramatic like that. Just one day we're sitting there and there was cyclone, there was all different types of names, and somebody looked at me and said, Gator, and it stuck. For several years growing up, that was a nickname my friends used, right? As I got older and I started speaking to groups, I was looking for a way to make personal growth feel a little bit more real, a little bit more fun, not just for people I was talking with, but for me. So I started talking about this, finding your inner gator. The idea was simple to me. You know, I believe every person has greatness inside of them, but sometimes it's buried under fear, doubt, or quite honestly, the chaos of everyday life. But it's there. One day I was sitting with Terry Fisher. Terry Fisher has been probably my best friend since 89, 90. And I was playing around with the word gator. We kind of started asking ourselves, hey, what if it actually stood for something? In my mind, I already had put together a little bit, and that was greatness achieved through, the G-A-N-T, right? Greatness achieved through. But we could not figure out the O or the R. And we sat there, we're at Ruth Chris and Raleigh, I'll never forget it. And we sat there for a while thinking about it, and finally looked at me and he said something that has stuck. He said, isn't that what success is all about? It's what you do every day, dude. It's how well you build relationships. And that was it. Gator. Greatness achieved through optimizing relationships. That moment changed how I thought about success. Not just in work, but in life, right? Because the truth is, greatness isn't something you stumble onto. It's built daily through the way you treat people, the discipline you bring to work, and the relationships you invest in along the way, and letting people leverage the relationship they have with you, and you able to leverage. You've got blood, sweat, and tears that have got you to where you're at right now. But I guarantee if you look back, you'll see keys to your success were based on the relationships that you were able to establish. And again, you leveraging that relationship with them and them leveraging that with you. That's what Inner Gator is all about. It's the greatness that is already inside of you. And when you combine that inner greatness with a discipline to optimize relationships around you, something powerful happens. You start building a life that actually matters. So the real question isn't whether you have greatness inside of you. The question is, to me, are you willing to find your inner gator? Can you let the gator out of the cage? Come on. This thing has grown, right? Almost to a movement. And I say that very humbly. But I want to tell you the system behind it real quick. So this podcast sets the premise. This episode sets the premise for everything that we'll talk about on the Finding Your Innergator podcast. It's the framework behind it, right? I call it Gatorizing Your day. You have the greatness achieved through relationships, but also each letter in Gator becomes a daily discipline. G, get clear. Get clear, guys. Greatness starts with clarity. Most people wake up reacting to their day. High performers start by defining their targets. Every morning you've got to ask yourself, what matters today? What moves my life forward? What relationships need my attention? When your direction is clear, your energy becomes focused. And y'all will hear me say it 1,000 times, that what you focus on expands. Gatorize your day by getting clear. A in Gator means act with discipline. These are the daily disciplines, right? Act with discipline. Dreams don't produce results, guys. Disciplined action produces results. Acting with discipline means I need you to protect your priorities. You need to eliminate any outside distractions, and you follow the structure you created. That's where people fall short. They know what to do. They know what they should be doing, but they don't do it consistently. But innergators, they act with discipline. They act with discipline. And throughout this podcast, we're going to dive in very deep on these things, on how you can do this. Track your progress is T, right? Track your progress. If you measure something, you can manage it. And if you manage it, you can improve it. And what gets measured improves. Successful people track their effort and the results. That might mean tracking the number of calls you made, the relationships you built, the habits. Oh, I love habits. The habits you completed, the habits you broke. Think about that. Not all habits are good habits, right? Progress towards your goals. Track that. Are you making progress? Tracking, when you're honest with yourself, and you think about it, tracking keeps you honest, but it also keeps you motivated. The O for your daily disciplines is optimize relationships. That was part of the original Gator, right? This is the heart of the acronym, guys. No one achieves greatness alone. No one achieves greatness alone. Your success is shaped by the quality of your relationships. Ask yourself daily, who can I encourage today? Who can I help today? Who should I reconnect with today? Relationships will compound over time. And when you invest in people, your opportunities will multiply. We're going to spend a lot of time on that. And finally, the R in your daily disciplines, and I think this is very important. Reflect and reset every day. Reflect and reset. Every single day offers feedback. High performers, they take time to reflect. They'll ask themselves questions like, what worked today? What didn't work today? What will I improve tomorrow? Reflection creates growth. When you're honest with yourself, then you reset, dust off your britches, reset, and you start again tomorrow. That's how progress compounds. Look, bottom line is this. Greatness isn't accidental. It's built daily. When you can get clear, when you can act with discipline, when you can track your progress, when you can optimize the relationships and reflect to improve. That's how you gatorize your day. I'm so thankful that you're here. I'm excited about what this podcast will do for me because when I talk about things, it holds me to a higher standard and forces me to be better at my daily. It forces me to be better at my daily. But it's something that I'm doing is going to be able to help you. The system works. I've proven that it works. And if it can help you, oh, that gets me excited. That gets me excited. Look forward to talking to you next week, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for listening to the Finding Your Innergator podcast. I am so glad that you are here, and if today's episode helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear the message. Always remember that greatness is achieved through discipline, intentional action, and optimizing the relationships around you. I look forward to talking with you next week. Now, go Gatorize your day.